Check out this video from the House of Machismo podcast.
It's House of Machismo.
He's taking it good.
Okay.
He's having his own deals with school and everything, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Okay.
I think he got punched in the face the other day.
What? Wait, are you laughing?
Yeah, he came down. No, I was glad. I was glad that it happened.
It has to happen.
Here's what happened. He was having a rough week at school. He's not listening. He's being the distracting kid. Whatever.
So the teacher built him one. Okay.
And then,
my God.
yeah, the teacher gave him a crack, gave him a fresh one.
Yeah.
No, it was at his after school Montessori that he goes to, and then apparently there's some group of kids ganging up on this one kid, making fun of him, calling him names and stuff. And it was an older kid that started it. It was like a 7-year-old or an 8-year-old,
like a senior.
And then you know how the older kid will get the little kids to do what they want because the little kids are thinking they're cool because they're hanging out with the older kid. So he decided it was a good idea to chime in and make fun of this kid too. And then the kid, which they're all friends. Every day I hear about this kid. It's like. He's like, oh, we were good this day, and then he hated me this day, and we were friends this day.
Sounds like my son.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
Is.
It's every day it's different. They're either friends or they're not friends. So, and then the kid just punched them in the nose.
Out of all the kids,
and I was like,
guy.
I heard that, and I was like, oh, so how would you have felt if like a gang of 5 kids were making fun of you? You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to think about it that way. And I'm like, did you learn your lesson? Stuff like that. So it's not like he was bleeding or anything.
Yeah.
It was another 5-year-old that punched him, so it probably wasn't even.
It was equal.
It was an equal force, equal hit. And, but when he told me he got hit in the face, I wasn't like I had to hold myself back and be like, see, you got that's what you get. But then I was just like, did you learn your lesson? I'm like, son, that's gonna happen in the real world.
Did you have like an old pipe, that you were smoking with a jacket on, saying, "No, son, no, this is why this happened."
Yeah, but I was, that's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's how you learn. You get popped in the nose, and then you learn, and you won't say anything.
He's in his
again,
room like fucking training.
Yeah. Well, we wrestle and stuff too, so I take my beatings.
But these are kids that he's friends with sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
off and on.
The next day, they're buddies or talking about whatever they watched.
I think one time I got into a fight in elementary school because I couldn't be Grimlock when we were playing outside. Grimlock being the Dinobot. Anyway, and I was so pissed off that I started fighting with this one kid. But they didn't at that point. They didn't have a policy where they would send us home. They would literally just send us to the principal's office, and then the principal would show us a paddle hanging on the wall and all that. I don't know if he ever used it. He never used it on me, but that was enough to scare me.
Yeah.
But it's just, just crap like that. And then the same friend, we were playing the next day, which is fine. Dude, our emotions, we get over it.
The paddle on the wall thing, that's legit.
Yeah.
Like,
I know they use it.
When I moved from Chicago, say they don't do that shit in the cities. They don't do that. Corporal punishment, I guess that's what they call it. When I moved from Chicago to Oklahoma for my freshman year of high school, I got in trouble. I averaged 2 swats a year, my high school years. I actually got hit with that.
Oh, wow.
So I came down. We were outside. What happened was we were just play fighting. I was play fighting with another kid. I mean, we were really trading licks.
Yeah.
And the principal saw it because we were really getting into it. So, he had to stop it because he thought it was going to escalate even further. And he brought us in, and he's like, well, we could suspend you, or you can get 2 swats. And I'm sitting here like, what's a swat?
Like,
I'll take that.
I'm like, what's a swat? He's like, I'll take this big paddle right here, and you just lean over the desk. And I was like,
Jesus,
am I in a real world here? And he's like, you get 2 swats.
How old were you?
And I'm like, 14.
Oh, okay.
I was like, corporal punishment. I'm like, they do that down here? I was like, all right, give me the swats.
And the other kids like, do it.
And then they paddled us twice. Yeah. It was the baseball coach that did it. They brought the baseball coach in because he knows how to swing lumber.
You're all like, no. I thought the old dude was going to do it.
That made me crazy. I was like, man. They would never do that in a city.
Well, see, like, I don't know. Here in Dallas, I know that they did it in DISD because my friends who would actually get in trouble, and if Adon was here, he probably would confirm this, that they did that in my high school.
Yeah.
And I went to an urban high school, and they did that. Because they would talk about, hell yeah, remember when this principal used to give us swats, for going in or from doing this or whatever? But I just laugh it off, I never was.
Now you get sued.
Yeah, now I get sued.
Or